relieves that worry. Mobility at Home can also make your deck or porch accessible with a vertical platform lift. Don't move, call Mobility at Home. We make everyday life accessible.
Mary Ellen Locher is such a well-loved name here in Chattanooga. A lot of us think, of course, about the Mary Ellen Locher Breast Center at CHI Memorial. Hopefully you also think about Mel's Club and the wonderful work they do in helping students who have had parents survive or be diagnosed with breast cancer, get college scholarships as they head off into their lives. But did you know that they're also working on a very regular basis about educating young women about the dangers and the risks associated with breast cancer? So happy this morning to welcome Cindy Perry. She's been a longtime face of Mel's Club. Sarah Werner joins her. She is a teacher at Tyner Academy. Nice to see the two of you.
Thank you so much.
Cindy, I might have kind of messed that up, so you're welcome to correct me if I did, but it's something I had not really ever thought of before. Whenever I think about the scholarship fund that you're always so quick to come and talk about here on the show. I had not thought about the continuing education that y'all are doing through Mel's Club.
Yes. Well, of course, Mary Ellen started the foundation in 2002 to help families deal with the emotional burdens of breast cancer. So since then, we have given away 540 scholarships totaling $981,000. But also, when I first started working with the scholarship fund, I found a packet of information in Mary Ellen's handwriting in a drawer. And she had written out dreams and plans and research for what she called Mel's Club. Now, Mary Ellen being a visionary, she wanted to build a building that people could come to. But I took that concept and did some research, found a curriculum on breast health education. And so since 2014, we've been visiting schools like Tyner Academy with Sarah, teaching girls about breast health education, empowering them and educating them at an early age to start taking care of themselves.
So let's talk about that, Sarah, because as a teacher, of course, you want the academics that you're going to be teaching in the classroom to latch on and be a part of your students' lives. But I'm sure that what you really are interested in is who are your kids as individual people. So helping them through their life in a health respect, I'm sure is far more important eventually than their math class.
Certainly, and so Cindy comes through to wellness and PE and even some of the health science classes and speaks to the young ladies and just talks a lot about, the basics of breast cancer and like prevention, health, doing your personal screenings and just like a lot of the myths that may be lingering out there that young girls have at that age. It's a very candid conversation. The girls are just very interested and latch on immediately, and just that they really do walk out of that day with learning so much.
You know, it's really interesting where we've come in our abilities and desires to talk about breast cancer and normalize it. So I'm 51 years old. We would have never had this conversation when I was in school. You just simply would not have done it. And you can forget as an adult that kids don't know. It's up to us to teach them.
Yes. A lot of girls believe crazy things about breast cancer, like if you get hit in the chest playing volleyball or basketball, you're going to get breast cancer.
Wow.
It's not taught as part of the curriculum of schools, and so we bring lots of tools and techniques, and we try to hit every learning style. We also bring a breast cancer survivor who shares her story, and girls are fascinated with and ask them all kinds of questions. Our survivor speakers are very upfront about their issues and their struggles and their victories, and so girls leave knowing that if something happens to me or my mom or my grandmother or my aunt, it's going to be okay. And we also send them home a packet of information with facts and figures and materials, brochures to share with other women in their family.
You know, it's interesting you should mention the adults in their lives. I was thinking about it from the perspective of the girl, but so often it's your kids who end up encouraging parents and grandparents to live in a more healthy way.
Yes, we do role plays during the presentation, and one of the role plays is your mom is 45 and she's never had a mammogram. What do you say to her when you get home and you tell her that you need to have a mammogram? So that is always a good thing. The girls can start learning how to interact with their parents, with their mothers and grandmothers about asking these important questions.
So Sarah, and what grade do you teach, by the way?
I have a mix of 9 through 12, so we hit all of the grades. Primarily maybe middle grade, like 10 and 11, but definitely anybody in high school.
Is it something, this information, do they get it just once in their high school career, or will they get it every year?
My goal, and I've been very fortunate because Cindy has been so awesome in coming pretty much every year, and since I try to get all of the health related classes going on at Tyner at that time to hear the program, kids are very likely to get it at least 2 or 3 times during the time that they are at Tyner, just simply because they may be in a PE class one year and then a wellness class and then a health science class, and they enjoy hearing it multiple times. They really do. They get into it.
And the information changes every year. Statistics and techniques and principles of healthcare regarding breast cancer change every year. So we always present the latest and most fresh information.
Yeah, and all of us, human nature is that sometimes you can sort of let something go in one ear and out the other if it doesn't pertain to you, but you can go a couple of years ahead and now all of a sudden this topic becomes very relevant in their lives.
Yes.
So how many schools are you in, Cindy? And if anybody's watching and they want to be able to have this educational outreach in their school, can they just contact you?
Yes, that's perfect. Last year, unfortunately, due to COVID, I only got to make 3 school visits. So this year, I'm just hoping and praying that things will improve and that we'll be able to get in every school. Usually my goal is to get in 15 to 20 schools every year. And so if your school wants to host a Mel's Club presentation, they can email me here at the hospital, Cynthia_Perry, P-A-R-E, at memorial.org. You can also visit our website, memorial.org/Mel Scholarship Fund, and it will have details about how to get in touch with us.
And I want to say,
any campus.
I want to say too, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
That's okay.
that, Mary Ellen Locher Breast Center is such a phenomenal resource, and we can take it for granted almost because it's in our own backyard, yet people will travel here to take advantage of the resources that they provide every day. You reached out, as I understand it, to some pretty impressive resources in your own right to kind of coordinate this curriculum, right?
Yes. The curriculum is based on some information I found from Howard University Cancer Center, and then a foundation called the Prevent Cancer Foundation. And I asked their permission, to use their curriculum. And then I've tweaked it every year to meet the needs of the questions of what girls ask here.
And
go ahead.
no, I cut you off. I did it again. Go ahead.
I could talk about my job, all day long. But one of the blessings of our merger in January with the CHI Memorial Foundation, and now that we're associated with the hospital, is so many more resources and the support, especially from the staff at the Breast Center who have I got the stamp of approval when the director of the Breast Center came to watch me do Mel's Club, and she said I was presenting accurate and interesting information. So that was a big relief to me.
Absolutely. And Sarah, last word, I guess, for you, but with the girls, I would imagine as they first hear about this information, maybe it can sound a little bit frightening because you don't know whether you might be the one to get diagnosed or not. But in the end, do they feel empowered because they have the information they need?
Certainly. I think they walk out in any, anxiety or fears that they might have had coming in, especially if it's a misconception that they've had, have certainly been calmed. And then because they walk out with so much more just knowledge that they're talking about it all day at school. Teachers from other classes, they're like, they hear about the girls talking about it all day. And it's wonderful how they really just engage in that presentation.
Well, thanks for letting us know about this side of Mel's Club that you're working on, and I do hope that more teachers and schools will reach out and partner with you in the effort. Nice talking to the two of you this morning.
Thank you, Julie.
You can always learn more about Mel's Club simply by going online to memorial.org. You can do /Mel Scholarship Fund. That's one part of what they do there at Mel's Club. You can also just Google them and you'll find scads of information. 495-4124 is the phone number. We're back after this.
Total Concept special order sale customers. Always Chattanooga's happiest furniture shoppers.
It's that time again. Pick yours.